Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 5. Let we introduce ourselves. My name is Sophia Maharani and my partner Salma Atika Eka Putri and Syahira Ramanti. We will present our material is about Marxism. The first material will be explained by Syahira. So Syahira, it's yours.
Okay, the first is opening move, the class turned Marx and Engels. By the 19th century, nations such as England had become industrialized societies, and society is divided into two main classes. The first is bourgeoisie or capitalist class. The bourgeoisie owns the means of production, such as factories, land, industries, and capital. They control wealth and power in society. And the second is proletariat or working class. The proletariat does not own the means of production. They must sell their labor to survive, often in exploitative conditions. And Marx argued that history is driven by class struggle, a continuous conflict between the ruling class and the working class. This struggle is seen as the foundation of all social, economic, and political developments. And every class develops particular forms of culture and forms of behavior as working class culture, mass culture, or middle class values. So working class culture is often dismissed as low culture by the ruling class, and mass culture keeps people entertained and distracted from real economic struggles, and middle class values often reinforces capitalist ideology, making economic inequalities seem natural or justified. Next, Marxism and culture. Marxism views culture as connected to social and economic structures. Cultural forms such as literature, film, and music reflect and shape class relations, and class struggle influences artistic and literary expression. And literature and films represent class struggles and social injustices. Literature and films represent class struggles and social injustices. So Marxism is a social, economic, and cultural theory that interprets society through the lens of class struggle and economic power. Society is structured by economic relations. The economy determines all aspects of life, including culture, politics, and ideology. Class struggle is the driving force of history. Society is divided between the ruling class and working class. Culture is shaped by economic conditions like literature and media. For example, Bollywood films in the 1980s featuring Amitabh Bachchan portrayed proletarian struggles against corruption, reflecting real-life social dissatisfactions. Next, uh, Marxism rejects the idea of the artist as genius. Marxism theory does not view artists as independent genius who create work purely from their own experience. Instead, artists are shaped by their social, economic, and historical context. For example, Shakespeare's plays were influenced by market demand and audience expectation of his time. So, Shakespeare's plays were not purely the result of his personal genius, but were influenced by the demands of the market and the expectation of his audience at the time. And the dominant class defines what is considered high or low culture. For example, opera, high culture versus folk music, working class culture. So, opera is considered high culture because it is associated with the elite, it is performed in grand theaters, requires expensive training, and has historically been attended by the upper class. While folk music, which comes from the working class, is often dismissed as low culture because it is informal, community based, and does not require formal education. That's all from me. Back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Shahira. The second material will be explained by me. Is about culture, ideology, and hegemony. The first is about culture. Cultural forms are modes of representation. The task of Marxist criticism is to see how such representation reflect existing economic conditions so that the dominant classes retain power in any society. Cultural forms are modes of representation of reality. We have already noted how, by invoking criteria of taste and aesthetics, the arts of working classes can be rejected by the dominant classes. This means only the dominant classes' representation of that society is treated as valid or correct. Next is about ideology. Ideology is the writings, speeches, beliefs, and opinions cultural practices that access the naturalness and necessity of economic practices. Ideology is about power because it legitimizes the power of the dominant classes or sections of a society. From the examples above, we have seen how the capitalism class tries to naturalize conditions of exploitation. Next is about hegemony. Hegemony refers to the processes, including ideology, throughout which the dominant classes maintain power through the consent of the people. Hegemony is the domination of particular section of society by the powerful classes, not necessarily through threats of violence or the law, but by winning their consent to be governed and dominated. Next is about base and superstructure. Base and superstructure is Marxism. True refers to the relationship between the economic and social cultural aspect of society where the economic base, which includes factors and relations of production, determines, influence, and form the cultural superstructure. Yes, the law, media, and lifestyle. Okay, next material will be explained by Salma. The Salma, time is yours.
The last section is the object of research. We this group choose this object of song with the title Marxism in the song All the Good Girls to Go to Hell by Billie Eilish. Next. So the background of this song is the song has a rich and complex background. It tells the story of women's experience and challenge gender stereotypes, challenging the view that good girls will face the consequence of their action, while bad girls may benefit. The song includes a critique of greed and capitalism, and their impact of the environment and society. The song also reflects concern about climate change and natural disasters caused by human activity, reminding listener of our responsibility to the planet. Overall, All the Good Girls Go to Hell invite listeners to unite in the face of challenges and injustice, encouraging a sense of empowerment and collective consciousness, making it a relevant and evocative piece. So, this song used to the lyric looks like the evil, and this song using the character of the devil, Eilish explores them of morality and consequences of individual action, creating a narrative about good and evil and the choices we make. And next. So, why we choose this song to use in our object research is because the song All the Good Girl Go to Hell by Billie Eilish has strong links to Marxism through several elements that reflect a critique of existing social and economic structure. So the first is critique of capitalism. The song criticized the greed and exploitation often associated with the capitalist system, illustrating how individual action driven by material gain can damage the environment and society. This reflects Marxism views on the injustice produced by capitalism. And two, class struggle. In addition, the themes of class struggle is seen in the emphasis on how the working class and the general public are often victims of the action of those in power, in line with Marxism idea of conflict between the class with power and the marginalized class. Three, class consciousness. Number three is class consciousness. In this section is wait. The song also encourages class consciousness, inviting listeners to realize the impact of their action and how they connect to larger issues such as climate change and social injustice. Individual and collective empowerment against oppression, as well as the importance of solidarity among the working class and are central themes in the song. Number four is morality and social ethnic. Number four is solidarity and empowerment. This section individual and collective empowerment against oppression, as well as the importance of solidarity among the working class are central themes in the song. The last is morality and social ethnic. By exploring the morality and consequence of action, Eilish challenge social norms that supports injustice, which is in line with Marxism critique of ideologies that support the status quo. Overall, all the good girls go to hell not only raises environmental and moral issues, but also reflect a critique of the existing social and economic system in line with Marxism principle. And this research with have research aim is the main of aims in this research is to analyze Marxism in the lyrics of the song All the Good Girls Go to Hell by Billie Eilish. Next. So, I choose this lyrics. We choose this lyrics to show relationship with the Marxism. And this we can see the Marxism in this lyric looks like the we labor for their fortune, and where the rich men play, and for a world that's fair and free, our revolutions began. So that's all from me. That's all there.
Okay, thank you for Soma. That's all from us. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.